Today, we're going to be comparing the cameras on the Galaxy S23 Plus versus the iPhone 14 Pro. Right now, I'm heading to the park to take some portrait pictures first because my friends are coming down here from Boston and we're going to be eating and chilling. So you're going to see a bunch of pictures and videos of that. Alright, for portrait mode, as you can tell, the colors are more darker or contrastier. You can see more of the harsher shadows under my chin. So it is a darker image over the iPhone, where clearly looking at my jacket, you can see that it's a brighter black and you can see the creases easier versus the Galaxy. I do like the 2x option on iPhone where it's very versatile. You can use it indoors, outdoors. It looks more natural than the 1x where the background is too wide for a portrait picture. And on the 3x, it is a bit more zoomed in on the iPhone versus the Galaxy. And as you can tell, the focusing on the Galaxy isn't as good as the iPhones on 3x. Next up is ultra wide. I really like the stabilization on the Galaxy, definitely very smooth and gimbal like. The iPhone does have a more of a natural sway to it, so if you like the more handheld look, then the iPhone might be better for you. The colors for the ultra wide, you can tell that is more consistent on a Galaxy. It's more saturated. The gray looks great, the blues are accurate, the reds do pop. Whereas on an iPhone, it always seems like it has like a greenish yellow hue over the whole image. And as you can tell, the Galaxy shows a lot more detail in the shadows than the iPhone. For low light, I would definitely avoid shooting video with it. It doesn't look that great on both. It's very noisy, but I can really see a lot more artifacts coming out of the sky on the Galaxy. For photos, it's not too bad. Definitely the color is going to be the huge difference here, or the color temperature. But I do notice that taking pictures with the iPhone is still more snappier in low light or nighttime situations than the Galaxy. If you have to shoot video, I would definitely stick with the wide or 1x. You can see a lot less jitter and the stabilization is just a bit better, much cleaner, but it does seem like the iPhone does show a bit more of the micro jitters as I'm walking around. In terms of taking pictures, both are great. Definitely stick with this during nighttime. For the most part, they do look the same, but little differences in terms of color and sometimes even more in the shadows or more details in the shadows with the Galaxy. And same thing during daytime as well. When you're indoors, definitely the HDR can be a big factor with outside windows, or it depends on what colors you like. If you like the more saturated look, then the Galaxy will be the better choice. Same thing with outdoors, the colors will be probably the biggest factor here because the quality or the clarity is very similar. Now for the telephoto, if you need the longer range, the Galaxy will be better because it can zoom up to 30x, whereas on iPhone it's only up to 15x. And looking at these pictures, I do like the iPhone's 3x just because it does have better HDR, I can see more in the shadows, and the highlights are pretty exposed. Once you're at max zoom at 15x, I do like the Galaxy more just because it's cleaner and you can actually zoom in more if you need to with 30x. For daytime pictures, you can barely tell the difference if you're looking at a phone, but once you're at 15x at nighttime, you can clearly tell the Galaxy is much cleaner. And of course, to see the sharpening effects or whatever post-processing is happening on the Galaxy on 30x, but I'll still take the 30x on the Galaxy over the 15x on the iPhone. Selfies, I do think the iPhone is just more slightly natural in terms of the skin tone. The Galaxy does have like a weird hue over it, so it doesn't look too realistic to the eye. Now, using an Instagram camera app for video, the iPhone is still going to be king in this section, mainly because of the first 3 seconds when you save the video. It's very pixelated, or it doesn't look that great on a Galaxy, and when you're zooming in and out with your thumb moving up on the screen, it's still personal preference. The iPhone is much slower and I guess it's more controlled, so you can actually know when to stop. On a Galaxy or basically any Android, is very fast and you would have to slowly swipe up to get the framing you want, so I just feel like you have more control of the slower zoom on the iPhone. Now for pictures, it's really personal preference. It depends on what color you like or what saturation you like, because the Galaxy does make the food pop or the drink pop. Even the table, the brown does come out, whereas on the iPhone, everything is more natural looking. So that is the comparison between these two phones. Let me know what you guys think, and I do have other comparisons coming up, and I've done some with the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.